You know, you scroll through your feed every day and you're just bombarded with these images of success. But what if I told you the most important parts of that success are completely invisible? Today, we are digging deep into Iman Gadzhi's framework for what he calls unrecognizable success. We're going to go way past the highlight reel and uncover the 7 hidden laws that are the real engine for lasting achievement.
I mean, you've seen the picture, right? The fancy car, the expensive watch, that perfect vacation shot. It looks like it all just happened overnight. But what really went into that single snapshot? What's the hidden price tag on that one single moment of public applause? Honestly, the answer to that question changes absolutely everything.
And this quote, man, it just nails it. This is the core idea for this entire framework we're talking about today. See, success isn't just one big event. It's the sum of countless moments that nobody ever sees. The quiet, totally unglamorous work that no one is ever going to tweet about.
So here's the game plan for today. First, we're going to lay the foundation, talking about the unseen work and the critical role of your partner. Then we'll shift gears into strategy, smart plays and where to actually place your bets. And finally, we'll wrap it all up by building the unstoppable mindset that holds all these laws together.
All right, first up, the unseen work. This is all about the internal game. This is the stuff that has to happen way before anyone else even has a clue you're in the ring.
So that leads us straight into law number 1, private victories before public applause. And look, this isn't just some nice-sounding quote, it's basically a mathematical formula. For every single moment someone sees you win, there is a mountain of private effort behind it. We're talking about the tedious, the boring, the repetitive work that actually builds the thing. And look at this chart. It lays it all out, plain and simple. For every one public victory, like, landing that big client or finally buying that car, you're looking at 100, maybe even 1,000 hours of private work. It totally reframes the whole question, doesn't it? It's not just, hey, do I want that success? It's, am I willing to put in that much unseen time to actually earn it?
Okay, and this next one, law number 3. This might be the most liberating thing you hear all day. You are going to suck at it. Seriously, and that's not a criticism, it's a universal law that frees you from the pressure of trying to be perfect. Being bad at something new isn't a sign that you're a failure, it's just a sign that you haven't put the hours in yet. I mean, you wouldn't expect to be a pro surfer on day 1, so why do we hold ourselves to that crazy standard when we start a business? And this table here, it just shows you the math. Your first 100 hours are literally just about figuring out which way is up. This is the stage where almost everybody quits, because they think that initial feeling of sucking is permanent. But look, true mastery, that's 10,000 hours or more. It's not magic, it's just math. The results you get are a direct function of the time you put in.
So really, when you get down to it, you've got 2 choices. No emotion, just logic. If you're not getting the results you want, you can either 1, increase your effort to meet the demands of that goal, or 2, you can tone down your desires to match the effort you're actually willing to put in. There's no secret third option. You just can't have a huge goal with tiny effort. Okay, so we've hammered out the internal stuff, the grind. But what about the biggest external factor? Well, that brings us to our next section, your success partner. And let me tell you, this person can either be your greatest asset or your heaviest anchor. And this is a big one, guys. Law number 2, your partner determines your ceiling. Your romantic partner can be that person who helps you build, who gets excited about those little private victories and understands the sacrifice. Or they can be the one who, maybe not even on purpose, pulls you back down because your growth makes them uncomfortable. They literally set the upper limit, the ceiling on what you can achieve.
This quote just says it all, doesn't it? If your home life is full of chaos and drama, if you don't have that solid foundation of support, it is incredibly difficult to find the mental and emotional energy you need to build something great. Peace at home isn't a luxury, it's a massive competitive advantage.
All right, so let's pause here for a second, because this is our big pivot point. You've accepted the grind, you understand you're going to suck for a while, you hopefully have the right support system. That's the foundation. But a foundation is totally useless without a building on top of it. So the next absolutely crucial question is, where do you place your bets? Where do you actually invest your time and your money?
And that brings us right to our next section, smart plays, smart bets. This is all about strategy. See, it's not just about working hard. It's about being smart and choosing the right game to play in the first place, especially when you're just starting out.
Which brings us right to law number 4. Pick the right opportunity for the right time. When you're early in the game, you don't have a giant pile of cash. You just can't afford a one-shot venture that drains everything you have. The real goal is to find a business model where you can try and fail and try again without going totally broke. Think of it like a slot machine. You need a game that gives you enough money to keep pulling the lever until you hit a jackpot.
So what does this whole unlimited pulls thing actually look like? Well, first, you start small with a low capital model. Second, you stay away from businesses that just burn through cash on stuff like ad spend or buying a ton of inventory. And third, the key is to design for failure. You want to pick a game where, just like in a video game, you can respawn and try again. Because if you can always get back in the game, you can never truly lose. See, you've picked your game. You're taking shots. Maybe you've even made a little bit of cash. So, now what? The answer is law number 5, and it is crystal clear. Reinvest everything back into you. Early on, worrying about stock market returns on your tiny portfolio is a total distraction. The single greatest asset with the absolute highest return is you. And if you're wondering what reinvesting in you actually means, this chart breaks it down. It's not about buying stocks. It's about buying leverage. You spend your money on education to get new skills. You spend it on better tools and equipment to work faster and more effectively. And you spend it on services that buy back your time. Paying to get your laundry done isn't a luxury. It's buying back 2 hours you can now use to build your business. Okay, we are in the home stretch. Let's get to our final section and see how all of this comes together to build an unstoppable mindset. We've covered the brutal, unseen work, the crucial support system, and the right strategies. Now let's lock in the last 2 laws that create a truly unbeatable approach.
And this leads us to law number 6, which is this powerful combination: work like new money, but think like old money. That new money energy is that hunger, that aggressive drive you have when you've got nothing to lose. But it can also be impulsive. That old money mindset brings patience, a long-term vision, and a focus on working smarter. When you combine the raw hunger of one with the cool, calculated patience of the other, you become a force to be reckoned with.
And that brings us to the end, the 7th, the final law. It's so simple, so direct, but it's everything. No guts, no glory. You can have the perfect plan, the perfect partner, all the knowledge in the world, but all of it, every last bit, is completely worthless without action. And look, when we say guts or bravery, we're not talking about slaying dragons here. It takes guts to do the small things, to walk into that boxing gym where you know you're gonna suck, to finally register that domain name and make your idea feel real, to start that side hustle after a long day at your main job. Heck, sometimes just telling your family you want a better life takes guts. All of it requires bravery.
This might be one of the most important warnings in this whole thing. You can watch every video, you can read every book, you can map out every single step in perfect detail. But if you never actually take the first one, you just become the world's most well-prepared procrastinator. And at that point, knowledge isn't power, it's just entertainment.
So here's where we'll leave it. You now have the 7 laws. You have the full framework. You understand the unseen work, the importance of your partner, the necessity of failure, the right strategy for your bets, and the mindset to see it all through. The only question left is the one that really matters. Do you have the guts to actually go for it?